I live stream all my classes. So life happens, especially now we're in the fall semester. We could have snow, we could have freezing rain or anything. And that's the reason I live stream all my classes. Uh, if you have to, if you can't make it to class, like we have two contestants here who are staying at home and watching online. So if you don't want to, if you wake up late, do not rush to school. Don't get an accident. Don't get a ticket on my account. I don't take roll call, except today's the only time I do. I'll have you all sign in. And other than that is all my lectures you can watch from the comfort of your bed, your living room, your dining room table, whatever. If that doesn't work for you, good morning, sir. Have a seat against the computer against the wall. If that doesn't work, what I do here is, you notice I'm recording, and I also have my camera here, which when I lecture, I write everything down here. So you don't have to write anything down in notes. Your notes should only be ancillary, supporting to what I'm writing up here. The reason for this is if you're in a history class and I'm the professor and I'm lecturing and you start writing the notes of what I'm saying, am I stopping lecturing, waiting till you to finish? No. You're thinking of what to write. I'm keeping on speaking, so you're missing that much. So when you're writing and I'm speaking, you're losing that much what I'm talking about. To get over that issue, I will record everything for you. I will send you a copy of my notes and a copy of the video, either that afternoon or next morning. So the only notes that you should write, or whenever I have an example up there, you should work it on there or have a side note of a procedure and how we do that. When I said, oh, I'm sorry, let me introduce myself. My name is Arthur Migala. My bachelor's and master's are in computer engineering and mathematics. My doctorate's is in artificial intelligence and mathematics. And think about it. I love my whole research, my raison d'etre is computers, but I don't like them in class. In my classes, no technology, no cell phones, no computers, no iPads, no anything. Why? Because that's distracting. And it's not only distracting to you, it distracts your neighbor. And it's an insult to me because you have something else more important to listen to and do. So I will have no computers, no cell phones, no anything open during class. You're here to listen to learn math. If you knew math, you wouldn't be here. All right. Now, because of that as well, I will have all the tests in the testing center. I, as you can see here in the um, agenda, I'm not going to go straight down on it. I'm just going to jump around as we're going to go along. In my class, I don't really communicate via emails. When do you guys mostly do your homework? At home when? Weekends, evenings, but usually not during the week. If you're anything like me, you wait till the weekend and just kick it all at one time. It's not wrong. But if you have a question and you send an email, when does the instructor look at it? At best, Monday morning. Have you had any instructors that say, if you send me an email after 5 o'clock, I won't check it till the next day? I'm not that way. Can't say that anywhere else but there, please. So in my class, I'm available 24/7. I use the Remind app. Okay, so if you aren't familiar with what the Remind app is, okay, okay, please. Thank you. Yes. Um, Anybody familiar with Remind? Okay, Remind app is a communication app. I don't like checking emails because again, where I have to be next to my computer to check my emails or send emails. But Remind goes from my phone to your phone. And think about it. Is there any time during the day where the phone is not more than 3 feet away from you? No. I mean, you guys are attached to it like a mother to a newborn baby. How many of y'all, last thing you do before you go to sleep, you look at your phone? First thing in the morning, what do? Look at your phone. So that's the reason I use the Remind app. I don't use emails. I don't use if online the application we're going to use. It has send message to your instructor or send. Don't use that because that goes to my email. So we're only going to use the Remind app. Since you guys are here, let's go ahead and it's also online. So we're in this one. Okay, get your phones out and let's register for the Remind app. This is the phone number that you're going to send it to, 81010, and you're going to send the message at DED 898. So go ahead, if you have your cell phone, go ahead and do it now. Remind. It's called Remind. And all these instructions are online also. Yes, well, you can download it if you want to, but you really don't need to. So it's just a standalone send information. Because when you go to your class, does everybody know how to get to this class on the Brightspace? Good morning. Anybody not know how to get to this class? Okay, good. So when you log on to Brightspace, come into our class. Okay, in this class, we have two classes. We have the Math 1314 and the DMAT 1314. We won't use that one because I don't want you guys to have to jump back and forth through different screens. Everything we'll do is in this one. You have your textbook. Here's the Remind app. And this is everything you're supposed to read about how if I send you something, it's not junk. I don't like sending messages unless I have to, because I have much better things to do. So if you receive a message from me, read it. What I'm going to send you is when I post or upload the videos and the notes to the sheets I'm going to send you guys, I will also send it to you via Remind. So you'll have an access there. So if you're somewhere and you want to just watch the video or anything, you can do it wherever you are. All right, you come in here and these are the instructions on, you click this and it'll take you straight to the instructions. Uh-oh, that link is broken. Gotta fix that. And if it asks you for a code, this is the code. All right, so the at DED 989 is the code, or 898 is the code that it's asking for, if it asks you for a code. All right. Of course, I want you all to go to look at the first meeting day. That's what we're doing today. Because on the bottom of it is on the first meeting day, here's the agenda we're going through. And on the bottom is this thing that says that you understood what we're talking about. You understand the syllabus, you understand the Remind test or syllabus test, all this stuff that you're okay with. All right, so I want you to resend this to me. I'm going to take a picture of it and send it back to me. Now, here's a link. I put this in a couple of places. This is the link. If you're at home and you can't make it to class for whatever reason, you can click that. It'll take you to this video and you'll be with us in spirit. Or if you have a question, do not hesitate sending to me 24/7. Some of y'all may have night jobs where you get off at 2, 3 in the morning. If you get off it and you decide I'm going to start my homework or I have a question of homework, send it to me. If I'm awake, I'll respond to it. Remember, I get here at 6 in the morning, so I wake up 4:30 every day. So don't worry about it. If we can't answer your questions via remind messages, then we can meet online on Zoom. And it'll be just like being face to face, but we'll be on Zoom. And I record everything because your question may not be the only person who has the same question. So I will record it and I'll send not only to you, I'll send it to the class, our discussion. All right. So I don't want to leave anybody behind. Again, that's in first day meeting. You will be to be certified as a student in this course. By the third day, you have to accomplish some things. You have to show up to class, check. You have to show me that you're doing work. Well, one of the things is we have a homework assignment 0. I'll show you that in a second. That teaches you how to use the system, how to click the answers, how to go forward, other things. And the third thing is you have to look at the syllabus. Read, which we're going today. The syllabus test is read the syllabus. Check. Now, the remind test is to show me that you are on remind. You have to send me a message on remind saying that either you read and understood the syllabus or you have questions about it and ask me the questions. Those are the two tests. This should be the easiest hundreds you've ever made in college. If you don't do those, I can't certify you, and then you may be dropped from the course. Because you have to prove that you're here. The reason being is all legality is that if anybody's on financial aid, the government wants to know that you're doing your work. You're not just sitting, you're not just collecting money and running away. So you have to show that you're doing something. So that's why I did all these things. So for the remind and syllabus test, it'll tell you just that. The syllabus test is you register for the Remind app and send me a message. Either you read the syllabus and you understand it or you have a problem with it. Okay, so that's the Remind and syllabus test. Again, they are grades. They'll go in your grade book. Welcome aboard. And here's another one. Here's another online meeting. So if you ever want to meet with me online or watch the class online, that's the way you'll go. Pearson content. This is where you're going to go for the course itself. You go to Pearson content. And you go here, math, all assignments. This is the chapter 0. This is what we need for certification. So when you finish class today, when you do your homework, you'll click that first and that'll give me a grade for that. After that, we're going to go top down. We're going to cover each topic as we go along. As we finish each topic, I'm going to have one video, one set of notes for each topic we cover. When that one's finished, I'll stop that recording. I'll get a new set of paper and start the next section. So whatever sections we cover that day, it's much more simple for you if you go home or go in the lobby and do that homework assignment that day. You don't need your computer. You don't need your computer. No computers. Close it. You don't need it. I said that 20 minutes ago. All right. So, because what's going to happen is I can sit here, we're going to go over some stuff, and it'll make sense. The second you step outside this door, you're going to forget 80-90% of what we talked about. The reason being because the first thing you're going to think about is, okay, I got to check my messages to see whose messages I missed. What class do I have next? Do I have any homework assignments or everything? Your mind is no longer in math. Your mind is somewhere else. All right. So try to get to do your homework that day as fast as possible. How many of y'all had teachers that online courses or online, they give you 100 questions? Anybody have that? I don't do that. I don't believe in that. My homework assignments, for example, let's say intro to graphing. If the topic is easy, you may have 10, 15 questions, maybe 20. If it's like the light is red, what do? Stop or go? That kind of easy. Okay, so you see in this assignment section, only 10 questions. And if the stuff is more difficult, it's less. 9. That's fewer than 10. But again, as we go on, if the topic is really difficult, we may have 5 or 6 or 7 questions. I don't believe in flooding you with the same type of questions over and over and over, because you'll get bored of those and you just won't do them. So there's no reason not to do your homework. You have an infinite number of tries at getting the best score on your homework as you can. As you go on further, you see practice exams. These are not required, but they're advised to take because they're worth the grade you get, 10% of that grade is bonus points added to your test. Okay, what does 10% mean? So if you made an 85 on a test, what is 10% of that? Okay, you guys are in the right class then. If the grade is an 85, where's the decimal in that number? After the 5, right? 10% is move it over one, 8.5. So you'll get 8.5 added to your test score. So let's say you made an 82 on the test. What's your grade? What's that? No, this is the test grade. This is your exam grade. Right. So it's not a B, it's 82 plus 8.5, which is 90.5. It's now an A. I've had students that didn't take the practice tests. They made an 88 on the test, 89. Guess what do you think they got for a grade? An 89. Because if you're not going to go outside and do extra work, why should I? If you do all the work I ask, you do all the practice tests, and your final grade is an 88 or 87, and I saw that you did all the work, you did everything you could, I'm going to bump up that grade because you did the work. You tried to do it. But if you didn't do any practice tests and you really didn't waste your time on the homework and you make an 89.5, your grade is an 89. It's not a 90. Don't try to argue with me. It's an 85, 89. It's a B. Because if you don't bother doing the extra work, why should I reward you for that? Okay, plain and simple. Any questions so far? I don't know. I think it's across the street hall from it. So actually, I don't know where it is. I just everybody says go to the testing center. I'll find out where it is. We have some time to go. Learning Commons? Okay, I'll get the room number. Actually, I'll get the room number for next time. Thank you, though. So after you take the practice test, you notice it says here of three. You can take it 3 times. I keep the best score. Ah, there's a surprise for you. Here's the exam. What does it say? You can take it 6 times. Why do I do that? If I only gave you one chance, then you're afraid. Everything is on this one tie. But if you knew you had multiple tries, would you be tempted to cheat? Well, granted, you say no now, but if I let you do it at home, you'd cheat because you want to make the highest grade, not worry about getting a B or a C. So, and that's the reason why the tests now are in the testing center. I used to let everybody take it at the where you do your homework, you do it at home. Why not take the test in the same place? Why? Because I had people who couldn't answer a question to save their life in lectures make hundreds on the test, on all the tests. I didn't do that when I went to college. So I don't like cheaters. I don't like liars, cheats, and thieves. Let me put that straight up clear. I don't like liars, cheats, and thieves. I can see from my system, I can see when you log on, when you log off on the homework assignments, how much time you spend per question, per section on the tests, how many times you did them. I can see all that stuff. So don't think that you can get over on doing this. That's easy. I'm going to cheat and get onto it. And besides that, you're paying for it. Why cheat? You're going to learn. If you're going to be here for 16 weeks, why not learn something? When have you seen this before? Have you seen this stuff before? Yes. You will learn nothing in this class because everything in this class you learned in high school. Had you listened and paid attention, mathematics doesn't change. You started learning this stuff in fourth grade and third grade, actually. You started learning this stuff in third and fourth grade. Then you had it in junior high. Then you had it in high school. It's just that you weren't required to listen and pay attention. But now you're paying for it. Now you better learn and listen to it. All right. So then once we finish chapter 1, we go in chapter 2. Same thing, top down. You do the practice exam, you take the exam. If you need more tries, if you need more tries, tell me and I'll increase the number. I would rather increase the number of attempts you have on tests than have any type of comfort that you cheated just to get a good score. If you have to cheat to get a good score, are you going to impress anybody? Are you going to impress yourself? If that's the way that your whole life is centered, then that's pretty sad. School is not for you. Actually, work isn't for you because if you're going to cheat to get ahead, it's going to come out, it's going to burn you. Case in point, there are full-fledged professors who are losing their jobs because they let AI write their papers for them and they published them. They're losing their jobs because of that. That's how serious this stuff is. Nobody likes a cheater. Nobody takes it seriously. Nobody takes them seriously or wants to be around them. Don't believe me? Cheat at work. See what happens. Cheat on your time card. See how fast you get fired, if not put in jail. I'm trying to stress this stuff. Yes. About jail and stuff. Yes, I went to law school also. You think this is tough. Imagine walking to a classroom where you were given a reading list a month before school started that you had to know all those readings before first day of school. If you want to make the money, if you want to have the big house, the shiny cars and airplanes and everything like that, you have to learn it. You have to learn how to do it yourself. You can't cheat to get there. All right. So I mean, I can't stress enough how much I hate liars, cheats, and thieves. And the only people I'll give recommendation letters to are those who attend class in person, who I know what they're doing. Those students who are attend class all the time, I know what they're doing, those are the ones that I will support and help. So if you choose to do it online and stuff like that, more power to you. But don't ask me for a letter of recommendation because I have no idea who did your work. Yes, I know. Again, I spent decades researching all these new applications that are now that you just type in the question or take a picture of it and it'll work it out for you. Did you learn anything? No. So do not cheat. Don't have somebody else or something else do the work for you. You're paying for the course. How many of y'all want to go to finish up in a 4-year college when you finish this over here? If you do, then you got to get your studies seriously. When I taught at UTA, when I taught at UT Tyler, rules were strict there. Or as like when you stepped outside for a second, I usually started my classes late, 5 minutes late every day. Once I close the door, nobody is allowed in or out. If you go out, you can't come back into the end of the class. If you're late, you can't come in because the people who are here on time doing the work, I don't want them to be distracted. Somebody walking in and out, especially for cell phone calls, is, I think, a waste of their time. They should just go ahead and drop out of school. Remember, that's the 3rd and 4th year. It gets a lot more serious there. And you will have a lot more things to do. So this is just to get you ready for what to expect when you finish up these 2 years here. All right. As we go down, then we'll have the practice final exam. That's not going to be 20%. It's actually going to be 10%. And then the final exam. Again, those I limit to 3 because it's at the end of the semester. You will see on the left-hand side here the due date. What do you notice about the due date? Everything's the same. What is 12/11? The last day of school. 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, the system shuts down. Whatever you don't finish becomes 0. Whatever you're working on is cut off and everything else becomes 0. Because life happens. I don't know if you're going to get sick, you're going to get in a car accident, your work, your family issues, whatever. But on the syllabus, yes, I have dates that are due pretty much. When we finish a topic, try to have the test done by that following Sunday. That's a good rule of thumb to live by. This past summer, I told everybody that, and sure enough, people waited to the last minute and they were working on their last minute work trying to get all their tests done on the last day and they cut them off. I get so many people begging for extra time. I don't even respond. I just delete them. I don't even respond to people begging. Yes, I'm not Mother Teresa. But if you don't take the stuff seriously, you had 16 weeks to do the work. Don't bug me if you didn't do it in those 16 weeks. Why should you get 1 extra day? I gave you 16 weeks. So again, at this right here, do not ask me for extra time. Do not give me excuses on the 11th or the 10th saying, oh, I had this. I don't care. Keep your stories to yourself. All I know is everything's due by by the 11th. I have grades to turn in. All right. So I can't stress that enough. Do not bother me with your excuses or begging for extra time. I'm not going to give it to you. All right. Any questions so far? All right, let's go here. We did, if you, well, only accommodation you can have is extra time for a test. How much more time do you need? If we finish a chapter, well, the minute we finish a chapter, you should have it done by that Sunday. So that's the rule you have to set on yourself. I'm giving you to the end of the semester. I'm giving you 3 months extra, 2 months extra. So accommodations you need. And you saw I gave you 180 hours. How much is 180 hours? 180 minutes. I mean, 3 hours. If you can't, normally a test is only supposed to last class time, an hour and 25 minutes or 20 minutes. I'm giving you 3 hours. So there's all the accommodations anybody needs. And you can take it multiple times. So yes. Yeah. The tests and the homework, yeah, practice tests and the homeworks you do at home, wherever you are. There's technically no late work because there's only one due date. As everything's, I'll tell you when everything's due. So when we finish a topic, I'll say you, okay, try to finish everything. And that's the reason I'm telling you, when we finish a section, go home and do it. Or before your next class, when you're sitting out here, do it. You saw how small numbers of questions there are. One thing I learned in law school is study groups. Don't try to do it yourself. Make friends in your class because what you guys should do is get groups of 2 or 3 of each of y'all, and after class, sit down, kick it out in no time so you don't have that hanging over your head anymore. The longer you wait, the harder it'll be to finish. Again, I'm not your mother. I'm not going to, I will have to give you 2 progress reports. I'm simply going to give you an S for satisfactory. You're where you're supposed to be with the grades and everything. Or U for unsatisfactory, you're falling behind. You haven't done anything, or we're in chapter 3, you have barely finished chapter 1, that's unsatisfactory. All right, so if you're more than 1 chapter behind, that's unsatisfactory. Actually, I should say if you're more than 3 or 4 sections behind, it's unsatisfactory. You should be that caught up every day. The door, I get here, I'll get here at 6 o'clock every day, a little after 6. So if you want to come in and do your work, you come in here and do your work. All right. So there's no reason you shouldn't have that done. So assignments, grading. Don't follow the grades on whatever Brightspace has or MyMathLab. That I download the grades and I put it through my own algorithm. Because what the system does, it takes each homework separately, each test separately, everything else. And it looks at your practice exam as an exam grade. So don't believe what it says. The way I'm going to calculate your grades, I'm going to average all your homework. Whatever homeworks you don't finish are zeros. Okay, now let's say you had 90, 80, 80, 90. We finished 5 assignments. You didn't do this one. What's your average? What is it? How would I find my average? Okay, so I take 90 plus 80 plus 80 plus 90 and divide by 5, right? Not divided by 4 because this one's a 0. So that's what and I hate it when I do at the end of the semester, I don't know the grades. and I do just a swash of the homework assignments. Anything that's blank, I tell the computer put a 0 in there, and it gives me sometimes in the hundreds. That means students just didn't do the homework. If you don't do the homework, there's no way you can do the test to make 100 on it. There's no way. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I couldn't even do that. I have a very high IQ. Okay, so that's one. I average the homework assignments. Exam grades. You take it 3 or 5 times, I only keep the highest score. Then I add the bonus to each. So if bonus exam 1, I add it to exam 1. The highest you can get is 100. Let's say you had made a 95 here and you made 100 on the practice test. So I'm supposed to give you 10 points. I can't give you 105, so the highest you make is 100. Yeah, some students add both of these, think they should get 105, and they add that up in the whole grade schemes. They think they're higher grade than they actually have. So no, the highest grade you can make is 100. Then you have the remind and the syllabus tests. Those are each worth 100 points. Then you have the final. And then you have the practice final, which is worth 10% again. I would change it. But the final exam is worth 200 points. It's worth 2 exam grades. So you add up each one of these. These two go together. These two go together. And I take the average of those. Which is really, think about it, how many grades is that? 1, 2, well, let's say we have 6 tests. So there's 6 tests, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you divide by 11. All right, so that's how you determine your grade. Due dates, late work, exam locations, final exam, office hours. Online lectures, we don't have them, but remember, you signed up for a face-to-face course. You're supposed to be in here. Because I will have quizzes every now and then. If you're at home, you can't take the quiz. Oh, you can, but I can't believe it. In here, I can see who's doing what's doing what. So again, it only hurts your grade whenever I have quizzes. And I'll try not to have that many quizzes, but I'll add up all the quizzes together, and that could replace one of your lowest test grades. I record the lectures and the videos. Don't waste my time about last minute work. Oh, and last week of school, technical issues, no excuse either. You're working on your final exam on December 11th at 10 o'clock, and the system goes down, crashes. So it crashes. It'll only grade for what you finished so far. That's your grade. Does everybody understand that? Technical issues are not an excuse. It's part of life. So plan around it. I won't take those as excuses. Oh, my system went wrong. My computer crashed. My internet didn't work anymore. The school system didn't work. So you should have done it last week, or you should have done it earlier this week. Do not procrastinate. Do not wait to the last minute. No excuses. Zero. I don't want to hear anything. Remind is only for serious discussions of questions about math, not stories of a lazy person who waited to the last minute. Questions? What's that? The storm won't last 16 weeks. The storm only lasts one night. As soon as it comes back up, work on your stuff. Don't wait till December 11th to start your work. In other words, everybody should be finished December 10th or 9th. If you wait till the 11th, the last day of school, too bad if anything happens. Even if there's a snowstorm and everything shuts down at 9 o'clock in the morning and stays down the rest of the day, that's the end of the semester. Your grade is whatever the grade's going to be. I'm trying to get you guys not to wait to the last minute. I will not take any excuses. Now, my office hours. These green bars here, Monday and Wednesday, I'll be here at 6 o'clock every morning for you. These other on-campus things, I'll probably be in my office, room W215. It's the second floor, all the way towards the corner. The other corner of the building, that way. These are my classes today. I have these two are you guys. Nobody asked about how this course is going to be set up. And pretty much I'll be in my office all day on Tuesday, Thursday. That's W215. I will be in this room on Monday, Wednesday until 11 o'clock, till this class is finished. Now, what nobody bothered asking is when we finish this first class, remember, this class is two parts. The homework assignments, the intro part to each class, the first section of each chapter is the DMAT part. Because that's the intro. That's the stuff that we need to do the rest. Everything else will be the algebra grade. So the section ones are the DMAT part. Everything else is college algebra. And luckily for us, we do have that second hour if we need it. In other words, if I'm lecturing and I'm not done by the time the first class finishes, so what? We'll just roll over to the next one. And as soon as I finish there, then we're done. Now, do you have to stay for both? No, because I'm going to lecture in the first class hour and a half. That's my lecture. If I have to go in the second class, so be it. I'll do that. But once I finish lecturing for that day, then the second hour is you guys could stay here, do your homework. You guys could stay here, do your work. You're supposed to be here for two classes back to back. So really, that second hour, you guys should stay here and do your work. That's another reason why don't bother me at the end of the semester. You have 32 days in which to do homework right after your first class. Time designated just for homework. So you see, do not bother me with any excuses. Because I won't answer them. I will delete them. People coming in. All right. Questions? Yes. Well, whatever we cover that day. Someday we'll cover one if its topic's difficult. Someday we may do three or four if it's easy and short. No, in Pearson, I will lecture each section separately. So on Wednesday, I'm going to start off with section 1.1. Once that finishes, I'll get another piece of paper, start another video, and that'll be 1.2. Once that finishes, I put that aside, put another paper, start another video, that's 1.3. So I'm going to go straight top down.
So let's say back to the whole chapter, one section, is that mostly for the week, like you said, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, that's for the week, or is that?
It's whatever I cover that day. You can't do the homework unless I cover it. So it's whatever I cover, that's what the assignment is. Because I mean, you can't do chapter 4, section 3 if I don't cover it. So it's whatever I cover that day, that's your homework assignment for that day. Everybody clear about that? So that's why you see the syllabus, it has its own calendar on there. Don't listen to it. I'm gonna go however fast it allows us to go. The reason I won't lecture for 2 separate classes back to back is because we can finish the class in 2 weeks. We got 6 chapters, average maybe 36, 35 sections total. If we do 4 each day, that's 8 per week. That's 4 or 5 weeks we'll be done. So we can't do that. So I don't want to rush you. I want to take it slowly and we'll move on as we go. Because the reason I don't want to lecture both hours is because once, like right now, your eyes are getting glassed over, you guys are done listening to me, and I don't want that to be a lecture because everything we talk about is important. So I'll make sure you guys understand it. Okay, now students don't like answering questions. I'll put a question on the board. It's okay. Anybody want to answer it? What's going to happen is this. If and when we ever have a topic like that, and I put a question on the board, I just want to see what you guys know. What I will do is I will pick one person, give them the pen, they'll come here and they'll answer it for us. They'll work it out for us. Then they get to pick the next person to come up here, and I pick the next question. Just to show me who knows what's going on. Now, as I said, I don't want you guys to spend all your time taking notes and everything. What I will do on Wednesday is I will give you these packets. One packet per chapter of each section. These are the examples for that section. So you don't have to write anything down. You'll just hear all the numbers. You'll just work them on your paper. Because how many times does a teacher, like a word problem, me writing a whole paragraph up there, and then I start talking about it? You don't have time to write it down. I do it all for you. The only thing I don't do is I don't work it out for you. We'll work it out together in class. Okay. Anybody got a piece of paper? If you have a piece of paper, if you have a scratch piece of paper, take it out and just tear it up. And so you just need a small piece just to be able to work out one problem. Without looking at your neighbor, what I want you to do is when you work this one out, bring it to me and show it to me and hide it. And then we'll talk about it. It's only gonna be one question. I mean, if you have a piece of paper, you can tear it up. If you need to borrow some, just take a piece of paper and tear it. Or a pen. Okay, here's the question. When you finish it, bring it up here. When you finish it, bring it up here. Let me see. Okay. You know, you gotta keep it. You keep it. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, it's a trick question.
It is a trick question. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. No, don't show anybody. Don't talk to your neighbor. Okay. 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 Did you show me yours? You never show me yours. There's a cat and a missing one. I heard that. Okay. Now, I'm glad I saw the numbers I saw. There's only supposed to be actually two possible answers. If you had a 6, we had a problem. There's a big. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it. The answers you should have come out with are either 1 or 4. If you came out with 1, I want you to promise me here, never, ever, 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 ever use this again. That's trash. The reason it's trash is because it gave you a wrong answer. It is not 1. The answer is 4. And half of you all put 1, half of y'all put 4. And you could tell, I did this on all my classes, even the graduate classes. I could tell who studied overseas and who studied in America or who had good memory. Americans use this crap. And I'll show you why on Wednesday why this is no good. Because first off, what are PE and E? PE stand for? Parentheses and exponents. Is that all there is in math? No. What happens to square roots? What happens to absolute values? What happens to matrices? What happens to factorials? I mean, we have all sorts of things in mathematics. There are over 400 of them, not just 2. And who says that multiplication is more important than division? They're the same thing, just reverses of each other. They're inverses of each other. Same thing here. Addition is no better than subtraction. It's the same thing, only in reverse. They cancel each other. That's why I'm going to stress in this class only using the order of operations. Do not ever use this. This was great in middle school when you were first introduced it. But it's no longer any good. You just proved it. Because once you stay away from math for a while, the one thing that stays in your head is this, and you remember it that way. Don't. Math is not this binary, not this basic. It's more complex. It's a language. Mathematics is a language. You know where it used to be taught? In which school? Mathematics was in its own subject. Guess where it was taught? In which school? Philosophy. Mathematics is a philosophy. It's a logic. What are you supposed to solve? What do you solve in mathematics? Problems. What do you solve in your everyday life? Problems. Same thing. Same logic. You can only solve something with what you have at your disposition and what you know how to use. One of my colleagues pointed this out. Think of a tool chest. A tool chest is only good if you know how to use those tools and when to use them and how to use them. You can have all the tools in the world, but they mean nothing unless you know how to use them. What we're going to do as we go along, we're going to learn new tools. We're going to put them in that toolbox as we go along. The more time you spend doing the work, the better you understand how and when to use those tools, and your tool chest get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what we're going to do in this course. Questions? Yes, I'll have those kind of quizzes at the end of class, or even at the beginning of class. If I have a quiz at the beginning of class, it'll be over the stuff we talked about the day before. If I have it at the end of class, it's over the stuff we covered that day. There'll be one question. Pass or fail, 100 or 0. So you have to stay current in your stuff. I can't believe I don't have any questions. Yes. I'm going to try to get 10 pop quizzes throughout the semester. And those pop quizzes may count, some of those may count as a test grade. So I reserve the right of that because, again, what is a test? What is a test? What do y'all think a test really is? How? New problems? You're right, but just by the word test, it tests your knowledge, yes. But a test in German, in Europe, actually, all of Europe, in German, it's called an in-class Arbeit. In-class homework. Think about it. Are the questions you have on a test any different than the questions you had on homework? Nope. That's where they come from. They come from the same sections. All I do is change the numbers. So if you do the homework and you do the test, they should be the same logic used. All right. So again, right now we'll use the second hour as your homework time to do your homework before you leave. Because I don't want anybody falling. I don't want to have to give anybody an unsatisfactory on progress reports. There should be no reason anybody's falling behind in this class. Any questions? Okay, then if that's the case, then you guys think you know math, clear your desk. Let's see how much math you really know. Clear your desk. And also, when you come in here, if I see anybody with a cell phone on their desk or on their body or in their hand, I will have a pop quiz. Cell phones are not to be anywhere near you during class. Everybody ready? Okay, on your way out, sign in. You have to pack your stuff up anyway. On your way out, sign out. Okay, I'll give you a quick, if you want a test, I'll give you a test. Okay. On one side, print your name neatly, and the other side, just sign it.
JD.
No, actually, I once in my second year, I thought, I don't want to do this because everybody thinks when you think of law, what do you think about? Sitting in court doing all the court cases? No, that's maybe 2% of law.
A lot of reading.
Tons of reading. You spend more of your time in the library going through court cases and seeing what one judge said in similar cases. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to write papers on my life. It's just and the salary isn't that great.
Yeah, I mean, you work a lot.
You work over 80 hours a week, and the salary isn't that great. The people you see having all those big houses and cars and things, those are the partners. The people who are the workers, they get crap. They get maybe 20, 30,000, 40,000 a year, and they spend 40, 50, 60 hours in the library alone. And nobody ever knows who they are. You know what?
Math.
Marine biologist? You have to go algebra, calculus, and probably statistics and differential equations. Because it all depends because you definitely have to have statistics. Because when you do biological sampling, you want to see how some things either grow or decay. Yeah, so you'll definitely use algebra and statistics a lot. But you'll need, if you take calculus, you can do a lot faster, better statistics.
Do you teach calc too or no?
Yeah, everything. I teach Cal 1, 2, 3, differential, linear. It's just wherever they need me, they throw me. This semester I have a calculus class after this one, but I have a developmental BASM 0053 and DMAT 0305. The very first math course you take. See Wednesday. Oh, here you go. You need this. There you go. Hey.
Contract development engineering. I'm prior military, and I don't remember any math, so that's why I'm here. I forgot everything.
Yeah, you need, well, that means you have a calculus then.
You're supposed to keep them.
I'm supposed to keep it? Oh, okay.
Because of my experience, what I did, I didn't have to do any of that. And then now the programs do everything for you.
Everything, yeah.
So all the calibration stuff on the equipment, it just did it itself, so I didn't really need the math to do it.
Yeah, but here's the thing about it is if anything goes wrong, you have to recalibrate it, or if how you know if it's correct, that's where you need mathematics. So that's where the officers get the big bucks.
Yeah, that's what I was like, man, I don't remember math, so I'm back in school to remember it. You go to the Navy, like I think all implemented and stuff for me.
So what do y'all think of the class?
That's cool, I like it.
More spread out than the one I did in the summer, so.
5 week or 10 week?
I did
See Wednesday.
10-week year.
I did 2.5. I did both some 1s, some 2.5s.
See, that's pushing it. Taking 16 weeks worth of work and cutting it down to 5 weeks. That's 3 times the work.
Yeah.
And then here's even worse. There's a 3-week mini session. Imagine doing calculus in 3 weeks. That takes 16 weeks.
Yeah, I did the Maymester too.
That's
The military, man, they just shotgun you, so it's like.
oh, that's
fine.
true. Yeah. See you Wednesday. Yeah, it's just especially in calculus. You can't learn calculus. You can't do 5 times the work and expect to know everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to decide what major I want to do, man. As I'm about to be done with my Associates of Science. I haven't really used my brain once, and I was like, but I was gonna go into electrical engineering. But then I was like, well, the money's not as good as engineering anymore. I was like, so maybe I'll go to tech. So now I majors in Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity.
There you go.
And you know, a lot of my buddies, they do it. And I guess maybe because they use their clearance or whatever, but they make pretty good money salary wise. And
Well, yeah, start off high 5s and low 6s.
you know, because in engineering, you could be, I mean, I was a level 1 engineer, but like level 3, level 4, you start to make some money, but by then you're more of a manager.
Yeah, but like you said, electrical engineering always starts off first. They automatically start off in the 6 digits.
Hmm.
Because to get your degree in electric double E is the most difficult.
Yeah.
Of anything in college, university, the double E is the most difficult major to get.
Yeah.
And yes, so that's when you, if you succeed and finish up the program, then you start off in the 6 digits.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to gamble it, I guess. I mean, the VA is paying for all my college and stuff, so, you know, but I just like haven't been able to decide, but I have a bad back, so I'm like, dude, like maybe I should just switch to work from home. Cybersecurity, I thought I'd be able to work from home.
Yeah, you actually work for me. I had a friend who worked on a vacation. He lived on vacation all the time. He traveled the world.
Yeah.
And wherever needed him, he just popped out his computer and started doing his work.
See, that's why I was forward deployed. I was in Spain for like half my
Rhoda?
yeah, I was in Rota. And so so I visited all out there, traveled a lot, came back, and then as a field engineer for the biomedical company, I traveled a bunch in America, like wherever they needed me and stuff like that. But my back started hurting and stuff like that, so I resigned last year, started fall, did fall, spring, Maymester, summer 1, summer 2, now in fall again. So I'm just not taking a break, I'm just full on school.
Yeah, because your body is toned into that.
So I'm just like, yeah, let's keep it going. It's easy, but
But you have to have a direction to go.
yeah,
You
that's,
can't
that's
just
the
run.
problem. So I'm like, okay, I'm sprinting. I'm already about to have my AS, but I was like, I don't even know if I really,
Yeah, exactly.
really wanted to do the EE or if I wanted to do BS and cyber.
Cybersecurity right now. See, the thing about it is what's out there now. Well, you don't know what's going to be around in 5 years, 4 years. There'll be new stuff out there. But cybersecurity is always going to be there. I mean, that you have to stay on the bleeding edge
Yeah,
to make the money.
I think you have to keep up to date or like learn everything new all the time. Always be, which
Oh,
I think
yeah.
would be good to always have something because I like learning. I get bored. Like if I already know everything, then it's like it's not fun.
Exactly.
But like,
Exactly.
that's why with the engineering stuff, there's always new problems. Something new could break. Like in these machines that had, you know, cooling systems, mechanical.
Oh, yeah,
parts.
especially in the military. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I worked in the military on radars, GPS systems, everything like that.
And for you said that because go into cybersecurity because the friend I was talking about, I met him in Germany, and he came over here and went to UTA with us. He actually had some a history degree, but then I got him interested in computers. He joined the military, he was in the army, and went to security. He got so far, so that he took all the courses, everything he could take, that the agency picked him up and said, "Your entire job is to break in foreign governments and mess with this bank system."
Okay.
And that's all he does. At home for playing, he has 2 computers that he tries to break into one to the other. And he just goes in there. He can break in front of you. He'll break in somebody's password and just change and send messages to their account.
Yeah.
And that's how good he was.
Okay. So he's on the hacking side of things.
Yeah. So well, to be cybersecurity, you have to be able to penetrate as well as defend.
Yeah.
Because once you see where the threat is coming from, you have to be able to go after them and try to break into there. So, but yeah, he made mega bucks on that.
Yeah, that nice stuff is like white, gray night is pretty good money. Yeah, cause I have some computer background, just a little bit like IP address and stuff, things like that, like your basic. Just cause in the GPS side of things, I had to like interface all my computers and then connect to satellites and.
Right, right.
Um,
See, that knowledge right there is what AT&T and all the phone companies want.
yeah,
All the telecom companies. Do you ever think of working for the agency?
I'm like what agency?
There's only one agency, the CIA.
Oh, okay. No, I never thought about it.
There's, I mean, they will teach you and train you everything you need,
Yeah,
and you'll be back in military benefits but not military. You'll be a civilian working
for the government.
for the government,
That's
making
not
more.
a government contract, cause that's how my buddy, I think he's on his 3rd year, he's still I don't know if he's considered entry level anymore. But I think now his salary's bumped up to like 160K,
Yeah,
and I was like, see, that's great.
and there you have it. And all he does is just learn and do what he learns.
Yeah, I think he works like 3-4 hours a day. His wife's a flight attendant. I don't remember what place, but they live in Hawaii right now. Cause that's where he got out of the military at.
Mhm.
They just stayed, I guess, and so he flies with her wherever. I log in, his boss is in San Antonio. I don't remember. He just,
Yeah,
you know,
that's exactly it. Is once you have a job like that, your office is everywhere you are.
yeah. So I'm thinking like, okay. Do you think it like, does it matter if you do a BS online? Cyber?
Here's the problem with online learning. Learning doesn't just occur from what the instructor says, because what the teachers do is just pretty much regurgitate what's in the book.
Yeah.
And then throw in some stuff around the edges. I will fill in lots of stuff that the book doesn't discuss. But what true learning occurs when questions happen.
Yeah.
Because that's not in the book. How students see or interpret what you just told them, that's where learning occurs. That's where the interaction there. That's much more important than trying to finish the chapters and you're done.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I'm saying is online learning is good to a point. It'll just give you the bare basics.
Yeah.
You're not now expanded beyond it.
Yeah, because I've only been able to find like BS mostly like online. Like in terms of Dallas, you have SMU, it's too expensive. I think Dallas Baptist is also expensive.
Did you take UNT?
Yeah,
they might have-
UNT has it. UNTD doesn't have it. Cause I live in Cedar Hill.
UNT Denton.
Yeah, I have to go to UNT then.
But no, you can do it. They have a lot of programs that are online.
I have to see. I mean, I was looking, and it looked like it was only in person.
Oop, I forgot.
Oh, it stopped recording.
Yeah, I gotta